welcome back to the channel. And today is one of those requests that I've had now for some time, but I've only just got the Note 10 Plus and I'm going to compare it to the Note 8. What's funny, almost 2 years ago I did a similar comparison between the Note 4 and the Note 8. That was my highest rated video, so hopefully this will be just as good, if not more so. So on with the show, as they say. Okay, I've made a few notes, so just bear with me a couple of seconds. And again, as I mentioned, I've only had this for about 1 week, and I'm still not used to it because there's no power on button on the side. So the Note 8 still has that. So I'm going to talk about, should you really upgrade to the Note 10 Plus from the Note 8? You've got to forget about the Note 10, the basic model. That's an insult to really anyone. I don't know why anyone would buy it. Low battery camera, no time of flight sensor, waste of money if you go that route. And from what I can understand from my insider contact, they're selling 30 Note 10 Pluses to every one Note 10. So bear that in mind. So let me tell you the differences, and I'll come to the conclusion, or you will, as we progress. The battery on this is at long last an all-day battery. On the Note 10 Plus, it does last all day, period. Doesn't matter what you throw at it, it does last all day. It's a much bigger battery combined with the processor, operating system, and so on and so on. Fantastic. Some of the things they've got rid of, which I'm not happy about, is the iris scanner. I thought that was very good and I used it a lot. No SD card, but only on the smaller model. On the big one, it starts at 256 gigabyte. You don't even need a memory card in most cases, but you can go up to at least 500, maybe 1 terabyte, and you could buy another terabyte card, making this 2 terabytes of internal, if you like, internal memory. Pretty enormous. One of the other things that I used, but evidently not many other people did use, was the blood pressure. On the Note 8, you could put your finger up where the flash was, and you could measure your blood, well, not your blood pressure, your heart rate. On that, they did have, on the S9, I think, a blood pressure app, but they've got rid of that. Again, it either didn't work or whatever. So you couldn't use anyway. So next thing, they didn't put a fast charge in the box, but the charger that comes with it charges the phone pretty much from 0 to 100% in just about an hour. You can't beat that, and it's got fast Wi-Fi charging, which is fantastic. No headphone jack. Now, I'm recording this on my Note 8, and as you can see, it's plugged in. That same gadget, the adapter, will not fit into my Note 10 because there's no basically audio input. So I've ordered an adapter. Let's hope it works, but now I've got to have adapters and dongles. I'm not happy about any of that, but that's the way things move. Talking about no headphone, I know they say it's much better, but is it really? Now you've got 1, 2, and the case. 3 things. I haven't got mine yet, it's on order. 3 things to lose, separate things. So if you lose one of these, the whole thing is useless. You've got to buy a brand new headphone. Previously, with the cable, much better sound, by the way. They still have not equaled the sound, even on the best Bluetooth headsets, from what I can understand. But even with the top of the end Bluetooth devices, you put it out, if you drop it, lose it, you've got to buy a whole new thing, as I just mentioned. And now you've got 3 things to worry about. And all the time you've got to worry about it, is it fully charged? Now, on that note, though, the Note 10 does have wireless charging on the back. So you could put some of the new Bluetooth headsets, earplugs, whatever you want to call them, on the back, and they will charge. That is a good feature. But it's still something else you got to do. Before, better sound, one device that took up no space, not expensive, last you for years. And that's probably why they're doing it, because of course they can make a lot more money. Next one. What I did like, so Samsung do get some points on this. They've actually included a screen protector on the phone when you buy it. and it's made out of, I guess, a film. Now, I've tried film screen protectors in the past. In fact, I've tried every kind of screen protector in the past. But this one, I've got to give them 10 out of 10. It probably doesn't protect the phone at all if you drop it. But for marks and scratches, it's doing a fantastic job. I use the S Pen all the time, not one mark. All the other films I tried were terrible. And unfortunately, a lot of people have taken it off just thinking it's brand new and they peel it off. But it is designed to be a screen protector. I hope Samsung sell these, and they should bring them out for the Note 8 and the Note 9 as well. But who knows if they're going to do that, but they should. What else have they got? Okay. We do know that the Note 11 comes out in, I know, 1 year from the time of filming this, and it will be pretty revolutionary, but you can't keep on postponing because the Note 10, hello.
I still like my Note 8.
She loves it. Easy to use. And even the Note 8, now she gets a full day battery life with careful use. And worst scenario, it needs a little charge during the day. Is that worth $1,000 for the upgrade to have a longer battery? I don't think so, but that's by the way. So let me tell you some of the new things, and I'll mix it with some of the old things. The fingerprint in the glass works 100% of the time for me. No problems at all. I kind of like it. I must admit, I still prefer to have a fingerprint right there in the middle. That would be like the Note 9. The Note 8 was too high, very badly designed. But that works just as good, if not better, than the glass, because if you break the glass or scratch it, you're going to have major problems. The other thing that I don't like is having the camera right there, because if you hold it with this hand, some people, and including me, hold it that way, your finger naturally rests on the lens. Bit of a pain. And the clear case, Samsung do get points. They did include this for free, so I shouldn't complain. But I don't know if you can see that, but there were fingerprints pretty much everywhere. It shows the fingerprints, by the way. So let's carry on. But the new fingerprint is working way better than the S10 Plus, so that's very good. These are the things they have added. DeX, it works way better now with DeX. Whether or not I'm ever going to use DeX, I don't know. The S Pen does a lot more now than what it did before. It has Bluetooth, and I'm comparing it to the Note 8, not the Note 9. And you can operate your music, your gallery, all by Bluetooth. Very, very good what it does, but most of it is extra gadgets, features. They're not features, really. If you're talking about features, some of the things they've removed, like the little notification light, if you had a message and you missed it, and you wake up in the morning, you don't know if there's any messages that easily. I'm sure there'll be third-party apps, but why, Samsung, you get rid of that? You should have kept some of the old things that made it great, instead of a load of new gimmicks they put in this. You can do a video and you can draw on the person's face and it follows them. Things like that. Total, in my opinion, total gimmicks. You may show it once, but you'll never use it again. I'd like to see the infrared. Most of the other phones, especially all the Chinese phones, come with it. Every TV works in infrared. When you travel, you can actually use another TV, infrared. Your air conditioning, infrared. Loads of things work on infrared. It's a great feature. Takes up no space. They should have put that back in. Okay, so next, I've got a list here. Oh, it is a lot faster, way faster than the Note 8. Opening my contacts, be either 1,000 contacts plus, on my Note 8 did take a few seconds. Here, it's instant, so much better speeds. The write speeds are much better. I'm not using the SD card, don't need it with 256. The headphones come with it, with the USB headphones, USB-C that is, and they're pretty good, not bad. What else do I have to say? The wireless charger, I mentioned that. Okay, one of the big improvements, and probably the one that makes the upgrade worthwhile. If you do videos and photos, the quality on this is way better than on the Note 8. Let me just see if I can just show you a couple photographs here. I will go to gallery. No, I'll open up a different gallery here because I got one that shows. I just took some photographs. open that one up. Just bear with me. Turn on that one. Okay, go here. Okay, now don't forget I've only had the camera 1 week, but that, if I put them alongside each other, you can see there's a lot more detail in the Note 10 than the Note 8. A lot more detail. Same settings, no zoom, if you like, just the optical zoom built into both. Way better. Also, Daisy. Go back one. Let's have a look. Try to find similar photographs. 1, 2. But way better. Everything's way better on the Note 10 Plus than the Note 8. Plus, it has Plus, it has way better video with the optical image stabilization. Does great results on that. The close-ups are much better, and it has a night mode, a really good night mode, which the Note 8 obviously doesn't have. Loads more settings, and of course it has the wide angle lens. Some people say that alone is worth the upgrade, and it's now been voted pretty much the best all-round camera on the market. There are some cameras that do better night mode, some cameras have way better optical zooms, but if you generally look across the whole border, include videos, etc., it is the best one. There's other features the S Pen does, like when you write little hand notes, you can now convert them one tap to text. Very good. And if you do loads of notes and you kept them only in your handwriting, you can search the word and it will find it in your handwriting notes. Very clever technology there. Whether or not you use it, that's a separate thing. The stereo loudspeakers are fantastic. I must say they're very good. Again, the Note 8 has one speaker, not that loud. This is very good. The screen is brighter, better screen, but would you notice it? Not unless your phone is right next to the Note 8, you probably wouldn't. The other reason to buy it, you're going to get 2 more firmware updates and 1 year of extra of security updates. I personally think for $1,000 upwards, you should get at least 3 years and another year on top of that of security. If Nokia can do it, cheap phone really in comparison, OnePlus does it, Pixel does it, they give you at least 3 years. Samsung, now I think a lot of the heat was given to them by Huawei, but there's a lot of political problems with them at the moment, as you know, which is a shame, and I think that kept Samsung leaping ahead. Now their main competitor is no longer Apple, I don't think, was Huawei. They became number 2 in the world, overtook Apple only a few months ago, and that's excluding sales in the USA. So great phone all round, but that's a separate thing. We won't go into that, and I can't say buy it or not, because at the moment there's certain, the future at the moment we don't know about. Next, you can also mirror, if that's the right word, not only to your TV, but also to your, also to your PC. They've kind of done a deal with Microsoft. You can now, I haven't used it yet myself, the feature, but you can now mirror it to your PC and drag files to and from, which is a fantastic thing. And it also works, by the way, on the Mac. What else have I got to mention here? The night mode, loads of gadgets like the 3D scanner, which again I've not used, but could be just fun to mess around with. Samsung. I can't believe for $1,000 you've given a cable this size. It's nothing. It doesn't go to any bedside cabinet. It don't reach the floor or to your desktop. Come on. Come on, Samsung. Don't be that penny pension. I mean, we don't expect it from you, and you've got a lot of loyal fans, and this is an insult. What else have I got to say? Okay, so let me try to sum it all up. Overall, it's definitely a worthwhile update. I got to say, before I got the phone, I questioned it. It is marvelous because it's the same size, weighs probably a bit less, but you've got a much bigger screen. The whole thing is screen. I don't mind that little circle cutout, which is the front-facing camera at all. I've got used to that. It does so much for the money, really, compared to any other phone. Definitely worth it. What's your opinion? Let me know if you got it. I'm still waiting for a lot of gadgets that I've ordered for this phone, like the dongles, a better case, and so on and so on. I still don't like curved screens because you can't get a good glass protector for it. And it's even more difficult now because many of them won't work because of the fingerprint. So, had I not mentioned it earlier, make sure you subscribe. I need more subscriptions. Come on, don't get lazy. Just press the button. It's either there or there, I think. Oh, final note. The shirt I'm wearing is deliberate, actually, because my criteria now for buying shirts is a big pocket, totally secure, easy to get my phone, and it works. I'm not selling the shirts, by the way, but I just thought I'd mention it. That's about it. Stay tuned and subscribe and press the like button and join in the discussion. See you soon.